Hey everyone, I'm Nicole from U-Turn Homeless Ministries, and you're tuned into the Champions Corner, the show that brings you insight on the spaces that U-Turn champions occupy. I'm joined today by Cornel Makpuniswa, and he is going to give us more information on what a champion looks like. Thanks, Cornel, for joining.
Hey, thank you for having
How
me.
are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good, good. Nice to see you. So I want to get straight into it.
Okay.
Can you tell us what is a champion?
Well, after giving it a lot of consideration, and looking up, the only logical answer that made sense to me was that a champion is someone that is very confident in their abilities, to perform at their level of competency, right, despite whatever situation they may find themselves in. And this is obviously not so for the world, because the world expects of us to be perfect
Yes.
every day, all day long, and we are not perfect. We're gonna make mistakes. We are gonna fail sometimes. That does not make us less a champion. So, yeah, that is
Wow.
my definition for a
Cool.
champion.
I love that. And tell me, what stage of the program are you on at the moment?
I'm in the growth stage of the program at the
Nice. What does that
moment.
mean?
It means that I've completed the foundation
Okay.
phase, which lasted me about a year. Like I said, I'm growth now, meaning that I'm working on growth goals that consist of learner's license, which I've already completed.
Wow.
And then obviously after that is to go for my driver's license, etc. So yeah, that
Okay.
is what it's about.
Sounds amazing.
It is, yeah.
Let me know when you get your drivers. Hopefully, you can take me for a spin.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
And then also, what I would like to know is, what have you learned so far? That's one of the most important things to you. What would you say?
I think that one of the most important things for me at the moment is just try and be myself. Try and be in the moment at all times. Um, I tend to either think too far ahead in the future,
Okay.
or I tend to always reflect on the past. Whereas when I find that when I'm in the moment, I'm more present. I'm more I function better,
Okay.
right? And then obviously with being myself means that I'm probably gonna make mistakes, right? Hence me being on the program. I didn't come on the program being perfect, right? Um, I think that is one of the important lessons that I've learned thus far. That it's okay to make mistakes, but to also learn from those mistakes and obviously grow from them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sure. Well, I can relate to struggling with being perfect,
Yeah,
and it is so, I think, important to realize that we all make mistakes,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
Like, it's gonna happen whether we like it or not, and the best part is we get to learn from those mistakes.
Yeah,
So
and then obviously sometimes I set myself up for failure because I tend to overthink
okay.
on things. And once I overthink things, obviously I think myself being this perfect human being doing everything to the T, when in reality, I'm not perfect. Setting myself up for failure at the end of the day. That is why it's so important for me to stay focused and in the now.
Very cool. So you said that you were on the growth phase,
Yeah.
and you also mentioned some of the things that are really important to you. But can you give me an idea of how you apply what you learn on the program to everyday life?
It's actually very simple. Coming onto the program, there's certain things that I had to apply in order to grow. Number one, I had to keep an open mind to suggestions that was given.
Okay.
Right, I had to be able to take advice from people. And obviously, that is not something that came easy for me because I tend to want to think that I know it all when in reality I don't. So, applying things like keeping an open mind was very important for me because through keeping an open mind, I had to apply certain things like
Yes.
honesty, willingness, truthfulness, things like prayer I had to
Yeah.
incorporate into my daily routine. And that is the things that generally keep me. And then obviously I exercise and I go for long runs, which also calms me.
Nice.
And yeah, that is what I things that I
Cool.
apply into my life.
You said you go for long runs. Did you do the marathon recently?
No, unfortunately, I'm not marathon ready yet.
Yet, I
But
love
yeah,
that. Nice. Maybe
but
that's another goal you can achieve.
definitely, yeah.
Cool. Wow. And then, Cornell, what would you say to your old self? What do you think you would say to younger Cornell?
Wow, I think that there's so many things that I can tell him. But I think the most important thing right now is probably to be more calm, be more patient. Um, I tend to, well, the old Cornell tends to want things done now.
Okay.
And I've learned that everything doesn't happen with a snap of the fingers.
Yes.
Um, like they say, good things take time. And me getting to the growth stage didn't happen overnight. I think there's so many things that went into me being at this stage of my program. And at the center of it all, I think, was patience. So, yeah, definitely patience.
Wow. That's so encouraging to hear that, you're learning to be honest with yourself and
Yeah,
not just with those around you, but you
yeah.
really just taking the time to be honest with yourself. And I think it's clear that you have learned patience along the way. Seeing that you're saying that out loud, so that's very encouraging. And then my favorite question: what's the big dream? What do
Oh,
you
wow.
what do you dream of going forward?
I think going forward, it is going to be very important for me to keep that stability. Um, I find that routine plays a very important part in keeping that stability. Once I don't, as soon as I don't have a routine, everything seems to spiral out of
Okay.
control. Um, so with that stability, obviously, you can then set yourself up for goals, right? And I think top of the list is to have my own accommodation. Um, Definitely my own accommodation, and to have my kids under the same roof that I am. I find that in order to get there, I'm gonna have to maintain the stability that I found now. Um, in order to maintain that stability, obviously I'm gonna have to keep to the routines that I've set for myself. Um, I find that my days run smoother once I follow that routine,
Okay.
and I find that that is the road to achieving the goals that I've set for myself for the future. So yeah, obviously with a stable income and to have my kids under my roof.
Wow,
Yeah.
I love that. That was a powerful under my roof. You said that with so much authority. I love that. But wow, thanks, Cornell, for sharing about your journey. It's very encouraging to hear, about being honest with yourself
Yeah.
and being patient. And, I certainly can take something out of that. And so I'm very grateful that you shared so openly today. And I'm looking forward to maybe a housewarming at some point.
You're welcome.
I'll bring a housewarming gift along with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and maybe, I don't know, standing on the sidelines cheering on
Yeah, that will also be welcome.
at a marathon. But yeah, we'll take it one step at a time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much. That was Cornel Macboniswa. Thanks everyone for tuning into the Champions Corner. I'll see you next time.